I recently drove by car from Southwest US to the Midwest, and I think it passed through my mind what I might see, but I wasn't thinking about it too much until I believe in Oklahoma I started to see trees tipped over. By the time I got along 44, the turnpike there through Missouri, I passed through Joplin, and right along the highway there's a brick house with the roof gone and the bricks caved in, and a long stretch along the highway with large trees tipped over. And then as I crossed the Mississippi, um, I've done that many times, and it looked like there were ponds off away from the river that I didn't remember being there, so I'm assuming that's from flooding. And I'd been thinking about this as it was in the news, but this has encouraged me to talk about it a little bit, just seeing it firsthand. Um, these things that have a natural cause, but there's also a spiritual correlation. And one of the things people talk about a lot is, well, it's a punishment, so the people did something wrong. But there's really a lot more to it than that. And we can't say for certain whether this is a punishment or a warning or if it's a test. There are multiple possibilities, and I think it's worthwhile talking about them because good can actually come from these things. And one of them I saw in the news was actually a woman that her house was not destroyed. She lived in Joplin, but her house was fine. But she went and helped with the cleanup, and she said she would have had a backyard barbecue, but instead she went and helped people that don't have a backyard. She said they don't even have a backyard. So um, this is one good thing, is that actually people help each other through this, and um, there's other purposes for these. One of them is that in this life we're tested in two different ways. In this testing, we can think of it externally, but also internally. We find out even who we are as people through this. Our character is tested not just by who we think we are, but we find out who we really are through these things. And the two tests are things that we like. Are we going to be thankful or arrogant? Say, oh, I got this because I'm so smart or so good or so forth. Are we going to be thankful for that and use it in a good way? And the other test is the difficulty. And of course, these things are difficult. And in that case, will we be patient? Will we manage it? Will we still be thankful for what we have and not just desperate over what we lost? And Allah speaks about this in the Quran, and actually says that the people who say inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, we are from Allah and to Allah we will return, they're actually the patient ones. These people are actually the guided ones, and that they'll be blessed and forgiven. So there's a means to good through both the easy things and the difficult things, and a lot of good reactions can come from these things, and it's a testimony to human character when that happens. And it can differentiate people across different levels. Some people can't handle it, some people can, and there are different ways that they do that, and there are maturity levels that are gained throughout a lifetime through these things. So they actually have a purpose and importance. Now, in terms of punishment, yeah, that could be the case too. We don't want to stare at other people and say they were punished, and these people, no, that was just a test for them to elevate their status. This is something between people and their Lord. It's not something that we, can use as a way to attack people. It's a way for us to change our own selves and better our own selves. And sometimes Allah sends these things as a punishment at the warning level, and that can also lead to good, because people can reflect about themselves and change something that was harmful to themselves to something that was good. And in this way also our mistakes are erased. So whether it's a test or a punishment, either way it can actually lead to good, and there's a good purpose in it. The final form, which is the ultimate, it's beyond a warning, and I don't see this as being this case, but it's something to reflect on, because eventually if people do not react to these things, if people keep missing the test If people keep ignoring the punishment, then the ultimate punishment can come, which is when Allah has destroyed whole nations. One that's very well known between both Muslims and Christians is the people of Nuh, or Noah, may peace be upon him. They ignored the warning, and that area of the earth was flooded. And the people of Ad and Thamud were also destroyed. The prophet, or the people of Lot, and Ad and Thamud, that's the prophet Hud, peace be upon him, and prophet Saleh, may peace be upon him. These nations, prophets came to them and said, look, wake up, here's the truth, and then they rejected it, and Allah actually destroyed whole nations from that. So this is, and those nations and the stories of those are actually warnings for us to be responsible with what Allah has given us. So these are a few different ways that these things can lead to benefit if we listen to them. Thanks for watching.